Shot. Time for a thirsty and steamy ochako. Also, I'll be doing a prank war one-shot soon, so comment ideas for pranks please. Everyone was throwing questions at Aizawa left and right. Is she alright? Izuku yelled the first question since he cared the most about her being her best friend. Is she hurt? Mina yelled the next question. Where is she at, sir? Even Ilda, the guy who always follows the rules, asked his question loudly. He cared more about his friends than the rules anyway. Everyone just be quiet and I will explain. Aizawa said very tiredly. Everyone stopped talking so they could get some answers. Now that everyone knows that Uraraka got hit by a quirk, I can say this. She is currently being looked at by Recovery Girl. She doesn't have any physical wounds from what we have seen. She just needs to see if she can figure out what the villain's quirk is. Aizawa was able to make everyone feel a bit relieved. The door to the classroom opened and Recovery Girl stepped inside with Ochako. Everyone immediately wanted to ask her questions and make sure she was alright, but they wanted to hear what Recovery Girl has to say. How is she? Can she continue with lessons? Aizawa asked Recovery Girl. Yes, she doesn't have any memory loss and she doesn't seem to act differently from what I can tell. It will take a few hours for the test to come back. But as long as you keep an eye on her activity, she may continue. Recovery Girl made everyone feel better about her. Okay. Go ahead to your seat, Uraraka, Aizawa told her. Yes, sir. Ochako did as she was told. Good luck, Recovery Girl said while leaving the room. All right, back to the lesson. Now, Izuku didn't listen. He was still a bit worried about Ochako since Recovery Girl couldn't find out what exactly the villain's quirk did to her. Once school was over, everyone asked all kinds of questions to her. Once she answered them all, everyone went their own way, leaving just her and Izuku in the classroom. Aside from Aizawa sleeping, of course. Hey Deku. Ochako flashed him a smile. Hey Uraraka, are you alright? You had me really worried earlier. Izuku was glad she was alright physically at least. Yeah, of course I'm alright. I was just a bit shaken. Is all you want to walk back to the dorms together? Ochako asked, seeming completely normal. Okay, Izuku said as he grabbed his bag and he and Ochako left the room. Meanwhile, finally the results. Recovery Girl thought to herself, holding an envelope. She opened it up and she read the paper. So the quirk makes the victim's hormones go crazy. If the victim stays around who they are in love with for too long, they will become very bold and attempt to seduce them, letting out their feelings in the process. The person will do anything to get to the one they love. The effects only last for a day and it only starts just a few minutes after getting a headache. Recovery Girl read the paper to herself. She thought about it and she realized just how serious this is. I better call Aizawa and get him to her. Fast, Recovery Girl grabbed her phone and immediately called him. Story continues below. Back to the dorms. Izuku and Ochako went into the living room where several of the students were playing Mario Kart and Ilda was studying. Ochako, are you still feeling alright? Mina asked her while beating Bakugo, who was about to rage quit. Yes, although I think I have a headache, Ochako said while rubbing her head gently, trying to soothe it. Do you want me to get you some medicine? Izuku offered her. No, I'll be fine. I'm just going to get some water. Ochako made her way to the kitchen. You so have a crush on her, Mina teased Izuku, making him blush. I do not. Izuku did. As much as I hate getting into others' personal business without their permission, I must disagree, Midoriya, Ilda said without looking up. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Momo watched Bakugo slam his controller down. Fucking bullshit. This game is rigged. Bakugo came in second to Mina, who cheered in victory. Is it really that obvious? Izuku asked, hoping it wasn't obvious to Ochako. Oh yeah, you're always blushing around her and you only let her call you deku. Besides Bakugo, but we know you're not gay, so you don't crush on him. Mina explained. If you fucking crush on me, I will crush you, Bakugo gave a threat to him. G got it. Izuku knew he meant it. A minute later, Aizawa came into the building. Aizawa, is something the matter? Ilda was the first to see him. Does anyone know who Uraraka has a crush on? Aizawa made Izuku blush. Midori, Mina spoke up first. Definitely, Momo agreed. Obviously, Ilda also agreed. There's no way that's true. Izuku denied. He's too clueless. Anyway, why do you need her? Mina asked Aizawa. We found out what the quirk does to her. No, the Mita explained. Where is she? Aizawa said very seriously. In the kitchen, Momo pointed towards there. Aizawa went to the kitchen to look for her. She's not here. This is bad. Alright, all of you listen. Ilda, take Midoriya to his room and keep him safe. Rest of you search the dorms. Do not let her out. Understand? Aizawa commanded them. Yes, sir, said everyone aside from Bakugo. Come on, Midoriya. Ilda began to lead him to his room. But if something is wrong with her, I want to help. Izuku didn't want his best friend to suffer. I know, Midoriya, but let's just listen for now. I'm sure everything will be alright. They finally made it. Ilda went in first to make sure she wasn't there. After confirming, he let Izuku come in. Alright. I'll guard right out here. Lock the door. And I mean deadlock it. Do not open unless I say. Ilda took rules and commands very seriously. Izuku nodded to him. Once Ilda left, Izuku locked the door completely and sat on his bed. Unfortunately, he heard something knock on his window. He turned towards it and Ochako was right there. Oh no, I forgot about the window. Izuku watched as she opened it and stepped into his room. He opened his mouth to scream for Ilda, but Ochako put a hand over his mouth. Deku, it's alright. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to take my hand off, so be quiet, okay? Ochako whispered to him. Izuku hummed in her hand in agreement. Ochako took her hand off his mouth. Uraraka, what's going on? Why is Aizawa looking for you? Izuku was glad she wasn't going to hurt him. Deku, have I ever told you that I think you are hot? Ochako asked boldly, making him blush. No, why you haven't? Izuku blushed in surprise. Well, I do think that. Ochako suddenly grabbed his shoulders and threw him on his bed. Ow, Uraraka wa. Ochako's shirt hit him in the face and he looked at her to see a green bra side 48D. He nearly had a nosebleed. Do you like it? Ochako squished her chest together. Izuku could only stutter. It's green. You know why? Ochako asked in a sexy tone. No, why? Izuku asked, feeling Ochako start to lay on top of him. Because ever since I met you, green has been my favorite color. And it's not the only thing I am wearing that is green. Ochako whispered into his ear and then nibbled on his earlobe slowly. You Uraraka. Don't. Izuku tried to hide his moaning. Oh, and why not Deku? Ochako looked in his eyes. This isn't right. You're under the villain's quirk. I can't take advantage of how he makes you feel about me. Izuku was desperately trying to hold on to his last control of his feelings. No, you got it all wrong, Deku. I've always loved you. Way before this incident, Ochako explained. What? Is that true? Izuku asked, shocked at her confession. It is silly. I wouldn't lie to you. The only thing the quirk did to me was make me able to confess. It made my hormones out of control, Ochako explained as she took his shirt off and she felt his six-pack and nearly had a nosebleed herself. Quote. I love you too. Izuku confessed to her. Ochako had a tear run down her face. That makes me really happy, Deku. I was worried I would get rejected. Now then, back to where I was. Ochako reached for his zipper. By the time Hilda opened the door, it was too late. The sheets would be stained forever.
Finally, we can relate. Our side by side, this is fate. I knew all along we'd find some way to communicate.